All right, hey everybody. Welcome back. We love to really dig deep on this show, and today we have, I think, a really special one for you.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to be talking about Niko Moon's song "Keep a Light On,"
Hmm.
and what we have for source material is a transcript of his performance from the YouTube Green Rim sessions.
Oh, cool.
And what's really cool about this one is that the lyrics are they're so simple,
Right.
but they're so powerful, and I think there's so much to unpack here.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was really drawn to the kind of like simplicity of the language, but the depth of the emotion.
Yeah, it's not trying to be this overly poetic thing.
Yeah.
But it cuts right to the heart of
Right to the core.
what it means to struggle and persevere and all that.
Exactly. And it really resonated with me too, because, it reminded me of, just like everyone goes through tough times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think this song speaks to that universal experience of finding those little glimmers of hope. Yeah, exactly. Like even when things are dark, there's always something to hold on to.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so powerful about this song is that it doesn't shy away from the darkness.
It doesn't sugarcoat it.
It doesn't sugarcoat it at all.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't let it consume.
Right. Like it acknowledges the struggle, but it also offers this sense of resilience.
Absolutely. And it's interesting too because it's not like this super upbeat, like,
Yeah, it's not like a rah-rah, everything's going to be okay kind of song.
yeah, it's not like toxic positivity.
Right.
It's more like this is hard.
It's real.
This is really hard.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep going.
Yeah, we're going to find a way.
We're going to find a way. And I think that's what makes it so relatable.
And that's what makes it so powerful because it's honest.
Yeah, it's honest. And I think a lot of people can connect with that.
Absolutely. I think everyone has been in a situation where they've had to dig deep and find that inner strength.
Yeah, totally. And you know what really struck me about this song was that phrase, keep a light on.
Oh, yeah, that's repeated throughout the song.
Yeah, it's like the central motif.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because on a literal level, sure, keep the lights on so you can see.
Right.
But there's this whole other metaphorical level to it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There are so many layers to that phrase.
Yeah, what do you think he's getting at with that?
Well, I think light here represents hope.
Yeah.
It's that beacon in the darkness. It's what guides you through tough times.
Right. And it's also like a symbol of warmth and comfort,
Like a welcoming presence.
Yeah, like someone's there for you.
Exactly. And I think that's a really powerful message, especially when you're going through something difficult.
Yeah, it's like knowing that you're not alone.
Right. And that even in the darkest of times, there's always a possibility of light.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this song so hopeful, even though it's dealing with some really heavy stuff.
It's not a denial of the hard things. It's an affirmation of the possibility of better things.
Right. It's like saying, hey, I see you. I see your pain, but I also see your strength.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's what makes this song so special.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And another thing that I love about this song is the way that Moon uses imagery.
Oh, yeah, he's got some really vivid lines in there.
Yeah, like shading water and blowing smoke inside the house.
Those are so powerful.
It just paints this picture of resourcefulness and making do with what you have.
And pockets getting lighter.
Yeah, that one really gets me. It speaks to the economic hardship that a lot of people face.
Yeah, it's like that feeling of just constantly being on edge.
Right, like you're always one step away from
things falling apart.
Yeah, from things falling apart. And I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about money. It's about all the different ways that people struggle.
It's like that feeling of scarcity.
Right.
Like not having enough of what you need.
Whether it's money or time or emotional support.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes these images so resonant, because they tap into this universal experience.
It's a reminder that we're not alone in our struggles.
Yeah. And it's a reminder that even in the midst of struggle, there's still beauty and dignity.
Exactly. Like even when you're shading water, you're still finding a way to make things work.
You're still surviving.
You're still surviving, and that's something to be proud of.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the key messages of this song.
It's a celebration of the human spirit.
Yeah. And it's a reminder that we're all capable of incredible resilience.
And that even when things are tough, we can still find a way to keep a light on.
Another thing that's really interesting about this song is the dynamic between the two figures.
Oh, yeah, the father and the mother.
Yeah, it's like he sets up this contrast between the father who's struggling and maybe carrying a lot of unspoken burden.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to shield her from the worry.
And then the mother who's just this force of strength and resilience.
Like she's the rock of the family.
Yeah, and she's not complaining. She's just
She's just doing what needs to be done.
Yeah, and I think that's so powerful because it speaks to the different ways that people keep a light on.
Right. It's not always about grand gestures.
It's often the quiet, everyday acts of love and support.
Exactly, like just being there for someone, listening to them, offering a helping hand.
And sometimes it's about just keeping your own chin up.
So that you can be a source of strength for others.
Yeah, and I think that's what the mother in this song represents.
She's like the embodiment of quiet strength.
Yeah, and I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to.
Especially women. I think women are often expected to be strong and resilient.
And they often are.
Yeah, and they often are, but it's not always easy.
A lot of pressure.
It is, and I think this song acknowledges that pressure.
But it also celebrates the strength that comes from it.
Yeah, it's like a tribute to all the strong women out there who are keeping the lights on for their families and communities.
Yeah, and I think that's really beautiful.
It is.
You know, there's this one line that always gets me. It's, I can see it in his eyes. We was barely getting by, but she never say it.
Oh, yeah. That line is so powerful.
It just breaks my heart every time I hear it because it's like you can just feel the weight of the world on his shoulders.
And the love and respect he has for his wife.
Yeah, and her strength in not burdening him with her worries.
It's like they're both protecting each other in their own way.
Yeah, and it's all unspoken.
It's just this deep understanding between them.
And I think that's what makes it so beautiful.
It is. It's the unspoken things that often speak the loudest.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this song so special.
It's full of these little moments of unspoken truth.
And I think that's what makes it so relatable.
Because we've all been there. We've all had those moments where words just aren't enough.
Yeah, and I think that's where music comes in.
Music has this incredible ability to express the things that we can't always put into words.
Yeah, it's like it speaks to our souls.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes this song so powerful.
Yeah, it's like it gives voice to the unspoken struggles and triumphs of everyday life.
And it reminds us that we're not alone in our experiences.
So keep a light on. It's a catchy song for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely got a good beat.
But it's so much more than that.
It's a song about hope, resilience, and the power of the human spirit.
Yeah, and it's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always a light to guide us.
As long as we keep looking for it.
And as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought.
Think about the lights in your own life.
Who are the people, the places, the things that give you hope and strength?
And what lights are you keeping burning for others?
Keep those lights shining, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Take care.